Hello, everyone, and welcome to our English Learning Podcast. My name is Ella. I am your English teacher. In this podcast, we will speak slowly and clearly. We will learn English in a calm and friendly way.
Hello, Ella. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex. I'm an English learner. I feel comfortable learning English like this.
That is wonderful, Alex. Today, our topic is getting to know people. This topic is very important. We use it in daily life. We use it at work. We use it with new friends.
Yes, meeting new people happens often. Sometimes it feels easy. Sometimes it feels difficult.
That is very normal. Learning the right words helps us feel confident. We will practice those words together.
I like learning through conversation. It feels natural. It feels relaxed.
That is our goal. Now, let us start with simple greetings.
When I meet someone, I usually say hello or hi.
Those are perfect greetings. Hello sounds polite. Hi sounds friendly.
I notice that my voice changes. Sometimes I speak softly. Sometimes I smile when I greet people.
That is a nice observation. Body language is also part of communication.
After greeting, I often say my name. I say, "My name is Alex."
That is very clear and natural. Saying your name is the first step.
When someone tells me their name, I listen carefully. I try to remember it.
That shows respect. Now, let us talk about talking about yourself.
I usually say where I'm from. I say, "I'm from Vietnam."
That is very common in introductions. It helps people understand your background.
I also talk about what I do. I say, "I work in an office."
Very good. Talking about work is very normal.
I feel more relaxed when I keep it simple. Short sentences feel safer.
Yes, simple English is strong English.
Sometimes I add one more detail. I say, "I like learning English."
That is a friendly detail. It opens the conversation.
It feels nice when people smile after that.
That smile means connection. Now, let us talk about tone.
Tone is important. If I speak too fast, I feel nervous. If I speak slowly, I feel calm.
Exactly. Speaking slowly helps both sides understand.
I notice that pauses help too. Silence is not scary anymore.
That is a very important realization. Silence is natural in conversation.
When I accept silence, I feel more confident.
That confidence grows with practice. Now, let us imagine a calm first meeting.
Two people meet. They smile. They greet each other.
They say their names, they share simple information. The conversation flows gently.
There is no pressure. There is no rush.
That is the feeling we want. This podcast is like that meeting.
It feels welcoming. I feel safe learning here.
And this is only the beginning. In the next part, we will talk about continuing a first conversation in a natural way.
I feel ready to continue. This topic feels very useful.
Welcome back, Alex. The conversation continues calmly. Everything still feels relaxed.
Yes, Alex. It feels like we are still in the same meeting. Nothing feels rushed.
That is perfect. Now let us talk about continuing a first conversation. After greetings and names, people usually share more information.
Yes. After saying my name, I often talk about my daily life. It feels natural.
Daily life is a good topic. It is easy, it is familiar.
I usually say something simple. For example, I talk about my routine. I say, "I work during the day."
That sentence is clear and calm. Simple statements help the conversation move forward.
Sometimes I add a feeling. I say, I enjoy my work.
That adds personality. It helps people know you better.
I notice that sharing small details feels safer than sharing too much.
That is a good balance. Now let us talking about hobbies.
Hobbies feel friendly. I often say, I like reading or I like music.
Those are very common phrases. They are easy to understand.
When I talk about hobbies, the atmosphere feels lighter.
Yes, hobbies create connection.
I also notice that smiling helps. My voice sounds warmer.
That warmth makes conversation pleasant. Now let us talk about listening in a first conversation.
Listening feels very important. I slow down and focus.
That is excellent. Good listening creates comfort.
When someone speaks, I do not interrupt. I stay calm.
That calm energy helps both people relax.
I also repeat simple words sometimes. It helps me remember information.
That is a natural habit. It shows attention.
I feel less pressure when I accept pauses. The conversation breathes.
That is a beautiful way to say it. Conversation needs space.
I also notice that my English sounds better when I'm not nervous.
Yes, relaxation improves communication.
I remind myself that perfect English is not necessary.
Exactly. Clear English is more important than perfect English.
That idea helps me feel confident.
Now let us imagine the flow of a calm first conversation.
It starts with a greeting, then names, then simple sharing.
After that, there is listening. There are small pauses. There is mutual comfort.
The conversation feels human, not like a test.
That is the key point. Language is about connection.
I feel that learning introductions like this helps me in real life.
That is wonderful to hear. In the next part, we will talking about feelings and comfort in first meetings.
I feel ready. The journey feels smooth.
We are back again. The conversation continues softly. Everything still feels comfortable.
Yes, Ella. The atmosphere feels calm. I feel more relaxed now.
That feeling is important. Now, let us talk about feelings in a first meeting. Feelings help us connect.
I notice that I often feel nervous at first. That feeling is natural.
Very natural. Many people feel nervous when meeting someone new.
When I accept that feeling, it slowly becomes smaller.
Acceptance brings calm. Now, let us talk about expressing simple feelings.
I sometimes say, I feel happy to be here. It sounds honest.
That sentence is warm and polite. It creates a friendly tone.
I also say, I feel a little nervous. That feels real.
Yes, honesty builds trust.
When I share feelings simply, the conversation feels human.
Exactly. Now, let us talk about comfort in conversation.
Comfort grows when I speak slowly. I breathe. I stay present.
That presence makes communication easier.
I also notice my posture. I stand or sit comfortably.
Body comfort affects language comfort.
When I am comfortable, my English flows better.
That is a wonderful observation. Now, let us talk about friendly expressions.
I often say things like, "It is nice to meet you."
That phrase is very common and polite. It fits many situations.
I also say, "I'm glad to be here."
That sounds positive and calm.
Using these expressions helps me feel polite.
Politeness creates safety in conversation.
I notice that kindness in language makes people relax.
Yes, kind words create connection.
I also keep my sentences short. That helps my confidence.
Short sentences are powerful. They are clear and strong.
I do not try to impress. I try to connect.
That mindset is very healthy. Now, let us talk about building friendliness.
Friendliness comes from tone, from smiling, from listening.
Very true. Friendliness is not about big words.
It is about being present.
Exactly. Now, let us imagine a warm first meeting.
Two people speak slowly. They feel safe. They feel respected.
They share simple feelings. They listen carefully.
The conversation feels easy.
That is the goal of introductions. Not perfection, but comfort.
I feel more confident about meeting new people now.
That confidence will grow with practice. In the next part, we will talk about ending a first conversation politely and naturally.
I look forward to that. Everything feels clear so far.
We are back again. The conversation has grown warm and familiar. Now it is time to talk about ending a first conversation.
Yes, Ella. Ending a conversation feels important. It leaves a final impression.
Exactly. A good ending feels polite and calm. It does not feel sudden.
I notice that endings are often gentle. They come naturally.
That is true. Now let us talk about simple ending expressions.
I often say, "It was nice meeting you."
That is a very common and polite sentence. It works in many situations.
Sometimes I say, "I enjoyed our conversation."
That sounds warm and respectful.
I feel more confident when I say something positive at the end.
Positivity leaves a good feeling.
I also mention time. I say, "I have to go now."
That is clear and polite. It explains the reason calmly.
I do not rush my words. I speak slowly.
That slow pace keeps the tone friendly.
I sometimes add, "Have a nice day."
That is a kind closing phrase.
It feels simple but meaningful.
Simple language often feels the most sincere. Now let us talk about body language when ending a conversation.
I smile. I stand calmly. I do not rush away.
That calm body language matches calm words.
It helps the other person feel respected.
Respect is very important in first meetings.
I also notice that a short pause feels natural. It allows the conversation to close gently.
Yes, endings need space, just like beginnings.
I feel less awkward now when conversations end.
That comfort comes from understanding the flow. Every conversation has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Knowing that helps me relax.
Now let us imagine a polite ending together.
Two people slow down their speech. They say kind closing words.
They smile, they part calmly.
The meeting ends with a good feeling.
That good feeling is important. It helps future connections.
I feel more prepared for real-life conversations now.
That is wonderful to hear. In the next and final part, we will review everything together.
I am ready. This journey feels complete.
We have arrived at the final part of our podcast. The conversation slows down. Everything feels calm and complete.
Yes, Ella. It feels like the end of a warm and friendly meeting. I feel comfortable and confident.
This is a good moment to review everything together. We will go slowly. We will keep it simple.
Reviewing helps the ideas stay clear in my mind.
At the beginning, we talked about greetings. We used simple words like hello and hi. We spoke with a friendly tone.
Yes, those greetings feel easy and natural now.
Then we talked about saying your name. We used clear sentences like, my name is Alex.
That step feels important. It starts the connection.
After that, we talked about sharing basic information, talking about where you are from, talking about what you do, talking about daily life.
Keeping it simple helped me feel calm. Short sentences felt safe.
We also talked about continuing the conversation, sharing small details, talking about hobbies and routines.
Those topics felt friendly and easy to use.
Then we explored feelings in first meetings. We learned that feeling nervous is normal. We learned to express simple feelings.
Yes, saying how I feel makes the conversation more human.
We talked about comfort and friendliness, speaking slowly, accepting pauses, listening carefully.
That part helped my confidence a lot.
Then we practiced ending a conversation politely, using kind closing sentences, ending calmly and respectfully.
That made conversations feel complete, not awkward.
This podcast showed that introductions do not need to be perfect. They need to be kind. They need to be clear.
I feel more confident meeting new people now. English feels less scary.
That is exactly what we want. Learning English should feel comfortable and human.
I feel encouraged to practice in real life.
That practice will make everything easier. You can listen again. You can repeat the phrases slowly.
Thank you, Ella. This experience felt supportive and calm.
Thank you, Alex. And thank you to everyone listening. Take your time. Speak slowly. Enjoy meeting new people.
Goodbye for now. I look forward to more conversations.
Goodbye. Take care and keep learning with confidence.